Aloha everyone, welcome to the interview room. It's always an honor to be invited by Vinnie Politan of CourtTV to be on his show as an expert guest. Here's another recent segment that I was asked to weigh in on. I hope you enjoy it, and if you haven't had an opportunity, would you please consider subscribing to our channel? Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
It's time to open up tonight's unsolved case file. This is the part of the program where if there is anyone watching who has information, I implore you, I beg you, please pick up the phone and make the call, and make that call tonight. Investigators need help. Families deserve justice. Let me show you a picture of what tonight's unsolved case file is all about. This young woman, Tori Lang, 18 years old, beautiful, obviously, was found shot to death in Yellow River Park in Stone Mountain, Georgia on July 28th. It was at a time when there were a series of young women getting killed in and around Atlanta. And this case, not getting all the attention it should be getting, but it will be getting it right here on Closing Arguments tonight going forward, okay? Tonight going forward, it will get the attention that it needs because this case needs to be solved. I want to show you another photo now. This is her car, burned out, beat up, a 2012 Nissan Versa. Whoever killed her did this also, probably to destroy some evidence. But what I want to show you now is a map, because they weren't found necessarily that close to one another, okay? As I said, Yellow River Park, Stone Mountain, Georgia, that's where Tori's body was found. 5 miles away at the Hidden Acres Nature Preserve in a secluded area in the woods. That's where the car was hidden, but was found. All right, let me bring in our guest, still with us, former homicide detective Chris McDonough and retired FBI Special Agent Kenneth Gray. We have two special guests with us tonight, Tori Lang's father and aunt, Tori and Tamara Lang. Both of you, our deepest condolences from everyone here at Closing Arguments and the CourtTV network. I want to start with you, Tori. How are you holding up, and how are you working through all of this?
Just got to try to be strong for the family, man. It's rough, but what options do I have, you know? Just asking anybody who, could possibly know something, just come forward, because whoever did this to my baby is still out there, and all the stuff that didn't happen. It's like a nightmare, man. I can't wake up from.
I see, Tamara, both of you are surrounded by some photos and a lot of love.
Yes.
Tamara, I'll have you start and tell us a little bit about your niece, and then we'll let Tori take over from there.
She was our everything. Our only child, my only child. I raised Tori. She's affectionately known as Kiwi to us, a name she was given at birth. Beautiful child, charismatic aura that just drew people to her. Amazing, beautiful smile, smart, intelligent. Gone too soon. In school, she graduated last year, 2020, from Stevenson High School with honors. She recently was recruited into an engineering program that she had just started. Bright, promising future. She's the life of the party, our everything, our only baby.
Tori, tell me about your daughter.
Man, she was my everything, was always living for her, man. I mean, not saying that we're not, gonna go on, but she was our life, beautiful person, only child. She lit up the room when she walked in any room, Every time I hear music or some of our favorite songs, I just think about all of the good times we had, and how, all I have now is just memories. And just, I know most of the family, like me, just want closure on what happened. I mean, what could have caused somebody to do something like this, to push them,
Tori, and part of what we want to do tonight is keep her face, these images, in front of the public. What can you tell me? What do we know about what happened that day? Where she was going? Anyone she was she with friends? What do we know about what happened here?
We believe that, this is possibly someone she was close to, because she didn't have a cell phone. Her mother was porting services that day. So, these kids never go far without their cell phones. That's their life. That's most of our lives, So wherever she went, it wasn't far from home. And it's just unfortunate that, we don't know what could have caused this so soon. Like, we had just seen her earlier that evening. And what could have happened in those few hours? She was dressed, ready to just chill at the house and, go to bed. Apparently she left and just didn't come home. So
and she left it. She left in her car.
Yep.
All right. All right. I'm going to bring in our investigators here. Chris McDonough, your thoughts about this case, this investigation, and what do you think it's going to take here to get a sense of justice for Tori?
Yeah, so first of all, my condolence, obviously, to your family as a whole. I've actually lost a son in 2003 who was 20. So I know where you guys are at today, okay? That said, this is a situation that, in my opinion, the offender is known to that sweet girl. Okay? The key is going to be a couple of things. The area where the car was found and the area where her body was found is very familiar to this suspect. Okay? So it's going to be somebody in that circle to your family, friend, acquaintance, somebody that's come across, Tori, and has, had a relationship, not necessarily a physical relationship, but a friendship of some sort. So the ballistics is going to be important right now. And if she had a set of keys, somebody had to drive that car. So those keys would also be significant. And sometimes with those remote controls, you may be able to get some data from those. That's my initial takeaway, Vinnie.
Kenneth, one of the challenges here is going to be that the car was burned, right? And that's done purposely.
To destroy evidence, yes. But that does not mean that all possible evidence would have been destroyed even with that kind of fire. There may still be DNA within that car or on that car. Plus, that's a long distance. That's 5 miles. And that 5 miles means that that car may have been seen by a lot of cameras, people's ring cameras, store cameras, street cameras. So a good search of all the possible cameras in that area may show something of who the suspect is in this case.
Tori, where the car was found close to where she went to school, wasn't it?
Yeah, walking distance from where she went to school. Walking distance.
That, to me, that's significant as well.
Yeah.
You're talking about a school here. How is everything going in terms of communication with investigators? And sometimes I know it can be difficult because they can't tell you everything that they are finding out. But how is that relationship right now for you, Tori and Tamara?
It's going so. They'll contact us when they have certain information. Right now, it's just certain leads, and they're talking to friends and people she went to school with, and they have her cell phone now, and they're pulling old records of things that she probably communicated with different people. So, you know, they keeping in contact with us, keeping us updated on some things.
Yeah.
Yes, they're giving us what they could. I guess in an investigation, it's only so much that they can say, but as of now, they are sharing, I guess, what little information. But our prayer and hope is someone come forth because someone knows something.
Absolutely. Chris, what advice would you have for Tori and Tamara in the interaction with law enforcement?
Yeah, so it's imperative that maybe you ask the agency who's working it if they have somebody that they can appoint as a liaison for you, the family, because at some point they're going to get additional evidence, and the case agent's going to go 100 miles an hour. So I would ask them if they have somebody like a victim's advocate or somebody, especially when a child this young, is taken senselessly like this. You need somebody within that agency to communicate with. It's imperative, and that's what I would advise you.
Chris McDonough, Kenneth Gray, thank you so much. Your input is so valuable. Tori and Tamara, that's it for tonight. But as I promised at the beginning of the segment, this part of the show, we don't do these stories once and then forget about them, okay? So you're going to be getting calls from our producers to come back on. And if you can't make it, we'll still do the story, okay? So we're going to keep it in the headlines for you. And again, our deepest sympathies to you and your family tonight. I wish we didn't have to do this, but let's put the pressure on so someone makes that phone call. Speaking of phone calls, folks, if you have any information about what happened to Tori, you can call Atlanta Crime Stoppers, 404-577-8477. And this is also important. Tori's family has launched a GoFundMe page called the Justice for Tori Campaign, and you can help them out as well. All right, we've got a lot more still ahead.